There you go. There you go. We're here. There you go. We're here. Oh god, I can hear myself. Oh no, I don't like this. Oh no, oh no. Okay.
He has finally heard the sound of his own voice, and he does not like it.
It's the voices in the
Mahet,
head.
the next thing you need to do is make it so that anything that gets shot out of the grenade launcher does not have gravity affecting it.
No.
Oh, that's
No,
horrible.
why would you say that?
That would be fucking
Because
absolutely horrible.
then it goes on forever.
No, let's not do that.
Okay.
Don't give him ideas.
Okay. So, with that being said and done, is there anything you wish to say or do, or we can begin? Session 4.
Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go. So,
Let's begin.
well, last we left off, put it simply, you ventured for a bit, met a living individual that asked for your blood, which you, after some discussion, gave it to him, manifested into another creature, and told that you had an ally before going on its own business, eventually making to the elevator that should lead to one of your goals, which is Rhett. Some of you jumped, so you jumped and used feather fall, but eventually you made it to the bottom. You met with Rhett, or Rhett's dash arc, as he's not the real thing, and the real Rhett is in the material plane. And you asked a few things. You realize that you need clearance, which you have none, and that you need to find your second pursuit, your second assignment. And he manifested for you a portal and an actual thing. These bluish sparkling lights seemingly will lead you to your location. And last we left off, you basically exit out through the portal in the pitch darkness, in crimson metallic hallways. We're at bronze, now you're somewhere crimson metal, hopefully not blood, and you have some guidance in direction, and you're not fully blind, as one has a source of light via magic and one has a source of light via torches. So, is there anything you wish to do now that you're now in a new place, or just follow pace?
I think we should get our bearings just a bit.
Yeah. Is there anywhere else to go but forward?
There are many ways to go. From what you seem to be, you're basically in a crossroads. Similarly, almost uncomfortably similarly, the same texture of everything except the coloration of the metal, which is not anything dried, no blood, no nothing. It is just colored that way. And it is odd, but besides that,
Is there any other movement around? Like, can we see anything?
Perception.
I will assist you on that.
Yes. How do you assist me in that? Like, what does it do?
Take
roll,
advantage.
Yeah. So you can roll twice, and the higher number you take it.
All right. That's a 24.
24.
Thank you.
You listen.
Big numbers.
You try to perceive anything. The darkness is enveloping. You try to listen for a sound. any sound. The only thing that you really can hear your companions breathing, the idle sway of clothing against your friends or some just individuals that you know, associates. However, there's one thing that you do hear, uncomfortably so. A sound of a trickle. As if somewhere, just beyond the light's purchase, there sounds like there's something dripping off from the ceiling onto the floor.
All right. I would keep that to myself for now.
Alrighty.
Alrighty. And this might be a weird thing, but is it? There's no like possible footprints left on this type of surface, right? It's hard metal. So this is
Yes, it is. It is metal.
Mhm. So I'm going to I'll luckily things don't move often here. So I guess if it's dusty or dirty in any way, or is it just speckled clean? We got a 15.
It is dirty.
Mhm. Can I do just a quick investigation check to see if there's anything that seems to move around here? I just like to make sure we're alone. Sweats.
Roll me. Well, yeah, sure. Roll me investigation. Anybody else?
I can assist them with the investigation.
Hell yeah.
If it makes it funny.
21. I think it's just close to the ground, like 1 inch off. As he stares at the ground and moves forward to the side, to the other side. Oh. Oh.
So, no,
21.
no footprints, no nothing that would identify anybody has walked this area.
Alright. And one final question. Is anyone watching?
Is anybody watching? Roll,
Well, I mean, I'm.
roll me a d100.
Crazy check.
Yes,
46.
it's behind you. You look back, you see Kaylee staring at you.
Crazy check.
Wins.
Kayla squints back.
Careful. Don't blink. When we stare at the Kayla stares back. The only difference is you don't blink.
Then, satisfied and somewhat skeptical that someone is looking at me through Kalius's eyes, clearly that's what's going on here.
Oh no.
Oh no, indeed. I will just set up the Henser's disc, the ritual, and be happy to follow along with the group as I do something else.
I see.
Keeping.
So,
But I this is normally the default thing, but I'm staying behind Kalius. Don't trust him. Someone's watching through him. Squints.
Oh no.
Clearly.
so here's something I want to try out. First off, we're at a crossroads. So there's 4 directions we can go, right?
Yes, there's 4 directions. From the layout, you walk through these types of crossroads for at least over 40-50 times. Some have stuff or had stuff back the way you went towards Red. This is just blank, empty, just...
Okay, so no hints or whatsoever. Okay, cool. Are there any rocks I can pick up?
No, everything is unnaturally smooth.
So nothing to. Awesome. Okay, then I'm gonna first do the obvious. I'm gonna ask something. Does anyone have some rocks?
I have rocks. He throws a rock at you.
Can I,
No
for
damage.
comedic sake, can I just fail to catch it and be conked in the head by it? For comedic effect.
Roll me D100. If you roll 1, you just die. Just kidding.
No.
Just kidding.
No.
Just a random death.
No.
Do I have to actually roll D100?
It would be
No,
execution by
no.
a gnome.
No, it's,
He doesn't want to kill a character.
no, you just get bonked in the head.
I can hear the voices now too. Oh no.
No, I mean you don't really suffer anything because you have just a mask, and I don't know. Are you using Malice Force to just fucking lock into?
No, he needs the rock, and I'm getting it to him as fast as possible.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't do any damage. It's basically
Shipping.
tosses the rock, I fail to catch it, and it conks me in the head real quick. That just annoys me. It's like, thank you. I pick it up, put it in my hands. I'm just gonna. So, from where I'm standing, there are how's this crossroad is it like literally, let's just say north, west, east, south, or do they go or do they go different routes? Like, is it a full crossroads, or just 4 roads that go in different directions?
They seem to be crossroads.
Full
Fully.
on crossroads. Okay. I look towards what I would say is, I don't know if this is the actual north, so I'm just gonna say for Grimcloak's north direction, faces towards it, and then tosses the rock towards it, down the street, see what kind of sound it makes.
One that you imagine of stone hitting metal and bouncing off.
Okay, then I'll respond. Okay, so that road has no surprises.
For as far as you can throw a rock, at least.
Considering what we have encountered in this place, I'd rather be safe than sorry right now.
Fair enough.
We still need to throw the other 3 paths. Let's go grab the rock again and just,
Oh, you're just gonna
walk down the road, grab the rock. and
Yeah.
walk
because
back.
apparently I think it's safe right now, so I'm gonna go grab the rock. I'm not gonna ask my head for another rock because, well, let's just say my head could also accidentally pop from another rock.
You'll get hit in the head with a rock again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And people would think you're crazy.
Crazy.
So you're gonna
No.
are you gonna follow the directions that you were provided via the blue light, or you?
Oh, there's a blue light?
Yes,
Oh,
I
yeah.
told you
Right.
like 4 times already.
I mean,
Oh,
I'll
dang it.
follow it. I don't know if the others
Okay.
want to keep throwing
No,
rocks.
I got a
let's
G-
ignore
got a
that.
GPS.
Continue
Oh
throwing
god,
rocks.
give me a second. You
No,
figure it
no,
out.
no,
I'm
no,
gonna.
no.
Okay, then we'll just follow the blue light, I guess.
I mean,
Follow the
I
yellow
didn't
blue
have the blue
light.
light written down, that's why I was confused. But blue light, what? Blue light? Okay, blue light.
We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful wizard of Ret.
Meanwhile,
I guess we're just gonna follow it. After throwing another rocket towards it.
Uh-huh.
Grimcloak just
Just every
leading
time you
the
say
way,
rock.
picking up a rock and throwing it every few meters.
that's how it's
no.
going to greet
Back.
every new person we meet. Just
You would
throwing a
cast
rock.
magic, but considering magic can have undesired effects.
Just throwing a rock at someone. I don't like the
Okay.
sound it makes. I don't trust him.
Okay, well, we're just gonna go with the blue light, I guess.
Yes. Once the DM returns.
Yeah, I'm back.
Oh,
That's why I
hello.
said it.
Ye.
We follow the blue light.
And that's the end of the campaign.
And you never heard. So, it takes you... Well, it's kind of weird. You kind of follow it. And, well, basically, ever since you found the pot, like, actually, the any verticality you ever had was when you decided to go down, and then eventually when you had to go down the elevator, and there was really no verticality that you witnessed. However, as you follow, this path, this road of crimson, all of a sudden, randomly, out of nowhere, almost like the sky decided to open up, and the actual bleak, bleak darkness above you feels a lot more freer and vast. And for some reason, all of you just start to see color, start to see something, some light? Question? That doesn't really appear to you as you stand, but as you proceed to go closer, second, you come across. Hold on, where the fuck is? You come across the sky revealing itself, an actual sky, not dull, endless, just dim light. You see sky, crimson sky.
Don't trust this.
With
Hold action.
with actual clouds seemingly going fast and rapidly up way high above you, but the clouds are bluish. And
Hold
as you
action.
walk closer, the pathway fully reveals itself. Almost. Can everybody roll me an Arcana check?
Sure, but I still hold action. Just so you know, I'm just holding a frostbolt ready. Frostbite. Arcana. Oh, cool. Come on, go to the right. There you go. Why, dice? Why?
For all of your... Oh god, my head, okay.
That was my head. Because he has plus bullshit.
From all of your perspective, magic, that's the clearest, straightforward answer. Some sort of illusion to reveal. Because, like, 90 feet ago, you were walking down a walkway, a pathway that was narrow and kind of claustrophobic with all the darkness. And now it just kind of reveals a massive pathway, open sky, endless sky as far as I can see, and a massive, ginormous temple. Miles long, seemingly stretching infinitely. Lester? My head? My head, I assume it's more intuition than actual thought.
However it forms in his head.
Yes.
It might, like...
It is, you have this sophisticated feeling, both of you, that you entered another demi-plane. Or another plane. But you assume it's a demi-plane. So you're somewhere not in the real plane, in the material plane. But now you're in another plane within a plane. That's the only... That is
reality.
That is the only way you can mentally, with reason, construct why it is happening. Because you can look around. It is basically one path that leads to the temple and one path that leads basically back. And from your perspective, looking back, it is just a very, very long pathway that leads for dozens, maybe even hundreds of miles. Crimson tiles and all. Though that wasn't the case. Inception. Oh no.
Oh,
I would like to roll
you're
Inception.
Not the same place anymore.
Uh-oh.
Not 20, nice.
I mean, where's the blue light going?
The blue light just keeps going down the path, seemingly towards the temple.
Hmm.
Seems legit.
I guess.
Seems fine to me.
From an archaeological standpoint, from an architectural standpoint, does this look like any buildings we've ever seen in our world?
Everybody can roll a history check.
Oh, yeah.
Nihilum and
Mhm.
Bluster with advantage.
Yay.
Oh god, I can roll
Yeah, I'm
history.
not even gonna attempt that.
I'm gonna attempt it. Because I'm gonna be a funny man.
Oh,
Well,
I had 20. Oh, yeah. It's
30.
a 30. I think so.
Well, the first thing you can see and look at is too pointy. Like everything is how do I say this? You mill through your head with no real distinction of how you could construct it as either these stones are very how to say this, either by magic they're kind of just composed, or there were massive boulders that basically were carved out one massive piece by another and put on it. Nothing really resembles any style that you would have seen or witnessed, except for one.
Oh.
The smaller things, the less of an actual temple, but almost like obelisks on the path that by all means look like more like decorative uh eh, just placements of nice sharp
Mhm.
infrastructure. By what principle or reason you really don't know, it does remind you a bit of uh the construction, the architectural distinction of the Loxodons in the world. They
Mm.
have a similar way to mark pathways, although there's a lot more smaller and, well, a lot more practical. Well, this is clearly just one pathway that leads. Only the shape that kind of resembles, like, yeah, this could be it. And
How long did it take us to get to this point
um
from the teleportation?
teleportation about 12 minutes, and from like a period,
Damn, thank you.
yeah, and literally from realizing just walking through the dark corridor to just all of a sudden everything opens up like this, about 120 feet.
That was a premium teleport. We have to thank him later for that. Yeah. Well, seems like there's only one way forward.
Hi. It seems
Follow
like
the
it.
quest line. The adventure line. Ba-ba-da-da-ba-da-ba.
I know.
Ba-ba-da-da-da-da.
Very nice.
Yep, we're following.
Yes. So you walk, And then basically as you take your first steps onto the temple, the light dissipates, it fades away. Almost like scatters everywhere. And so as you proceed upwards, it's a lot of fucking stairs. Can everybody roll me a wisdom saving throw and a perception check with advantage? That's for everybody.
A what saving throw?
A wisdom saving throw and a perception
Is
for
the saving throw at advantage or just a perception check?
the perception check with advantage.
Okay. Oh god, my fucking. Well, Matt did worse, but to be fair,
Oh,
that's
no.
Matt. He's crazy.
Yeah, I feel like all wisdom saving
Perception.
throws are questionable.
Oh wait, perception was at
Ugh.
advantage.
Oh yeah, okay.
Oh, finally,
Yeah,
a bit
no,
of a
I
decent
get to-
roll.
Yeah, no.
Okay,
20
that's
total
a-
for
that's
perception.
slightly better.
If I redo that one.
26.
There we go. That's a better wisdom
Hey,
saving
hell
throw.
yeah.
Yeah, if this is over advantage, if this is over advantage, can I just use a passive perception or 29 in this circumstance?
Sure. You roll
Thank you.
well.
I rolled poor on the saving throw.
So did I.
Did anybody pass over 20?
I did.
Plus of 20
both.
with
Nope,
what?
just barely under. Fuck.
Okay. Wait, Kalius. Oh, okay, Kalius. You take steps bravely, and for a few seconds, something feels off. There is a sensation in your bones, in your mind. Sorrow fills it. And as you turn around, basically see all your companions. These steps behind seemingly stopped. Unresponsive. Unmoving. For everybody else's perspective, you gaze upwards as you walk. Your feet get stuck in the metal. And then you hear soft screams echo around you. You look ahead. You look ahead to the horizons to your left and to your right. And you see, or imagine, hundreds upon thousands, maybe millions or even more souls screaming in anguish and pain.
Shit. That's not good.
Oh, lovely.
Am I
Can
able
I
to
throw an-
snap any of
can
them
I-
out of it?
It is up to you, for you, Kalis. At the moment, they seem like they just kind of stop. They're not in pain. They're just kind of gone. Still standing, just kind of responsive and stop moving.
I'll kind of wave my hands in front of Grimcloak and snap my fingers. Any response?
No.
Guess I'm paralyzed.
Yes, you are.
What happens if I
Can I
punch
insight check
him?
the screaming?
What happens if I punch Grimcloak? I'm just going to sock him on the face.
Grimcloak, somewhere out there, you can hear the blood running into your head. Your heartbeat is the only thing you can hear. The screams of familiar faces echo until all of a sudden, like a gust of wind, basically chucks you out of the concentration of this slowly devolving nightmare. Kalis, as you socket him, Grim Cloak seems to recompose himself, although he doesn't seem to be angry that you just socket him. Grimcloak, you felt no pain, although you do know that Kalias did just hit you. Quite a bit of force.
Okay.
That
Grimcloak
mask
adjusts
of
his
yours is
mask.
pretty tough.
I'm thankful it is. And I'm thankful you punched me out of that. That
I'm
was
going
not
to-
a pleasant experience.
I'm going to turn and just like using the weight of my body, just right at the chin of Nihilum. Another
How
sock.
dare you?
He punched a lady.
It's getting you out of a nightmare. Be
I-
grateful.
Just leave my head. This is better than his internals here.
Nihilum, for you, it has basically been the how do I prescribe this properly to you? A wave that is slowly approaching, that you cannot run away, of screams and anguish. Calls of pain and fury, without any actual words, although they seem to be directed in a lot more personal, before Kalia snaps you out of it.
What was that for? What? Where
Magic of some kind.
am...
No more elaboration. He's going to just heel kick Mahet
Bruh,
and
that's
turn
gonna-
to Blester and do the same. Although
I
significantly
save?
softer with Blester than he does it with Mahet.
Yeah, didn't
Did I
Lester
not?
save?
Yeah, I was gonna say,
you cannot save, no.
Oh,
Wait,
no, I thought I made the save.
Oh, what's your save? I said 20.
Your wisdom had to be 20.
Oh, I thought you were talking about perception.
No.
Perception will save you
Yeah,
here,
no,
my
I got a
friend.
natural 20 on the save.
Wait, what?
Yeah, right here.
Oh, God. Oh, man.
So Blester's fine as well. So
Yes, Blester.
I was just too focused in a book to notice. We'll just
Alright,
say that.
before I am woken back up to reality, Skyrim cart style.
Yeah.
Can I insight the screaming? What are they mad
Roll me
about?
an insight with advantage and roll me a D40 on top of that. No, 2D20s.
Got it. Alright, insight check with advantage. You know, these people seem pretty upset, honestly.
Yes, they are.
No.
The voices are yelling.
Oh no.
Because
Goodness.
you can perceive.
Alright, and then.
Oh, no. You add as additional modifier 2D20s.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yes.
Would you like me
that's
to
the
reroll the
voices-
whole thing?
The voices inside of your head are helping you.
Alright. Damn. They have a problem with me. Well, let's see. 35.
And that's low. You only hear screaming, anguish of pain. One thing you realize, though, it's billions of voices screaming, but they perfected their screaming of anguish so well that they can manifest into a singular booming voice that screeches and
Gotta
yells.
respect the grind.
And although you realize the voice is not meant to tear you apart. It 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 wants to do something to you. And you get snapped back reality by Kalis.
Damn it! I had research. The voice is on my specialty. How could you? You guys he flies back. Again, he weighs like 40 pounds. If you kick him proper, he
kick
actually
him down
goes
the
off
stairs.
ground. Yeah, boom, boom, boom.
No pain.
Oh. Oh no. Oh. I think they wanted something.
Be careful what you stop for.
Hmm.
And Kalis is gonna keep walking down the stairs.
Here Cogs again, adjusting his mask and just following. He is
What'd I
not
miss?
happy. Gently mumbling under his mask.
Blester, if you weren't in Araxis, Kalis didn't know that Blester wasn't under the effects. So Kalis still kicked Blester.
Yeah.
Oh,
Should I roll it to hit?
That's fun. What is that
Should I
fun?
roll to hit?
No, you don't. You
I don't
just
think-
do it. He's too focused in a book to notice.
Notice that he's been kicked?
No, to notice
There's
that
going to
something
be
happened.
kicked.
Yeah.
Well, then you take 5 damage
You take
from
no.
the unarmed
Oh,
attack.
No. You take no damage. Like I said.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no damage. I'm not saying
Wait,
because you
hold
hit
on.
it. I didn't say it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have to test this. I take one of my grenades. I pull out the pin.
Uh-huh.
No.
I wait.
No.
I imagine my hand literally just falls down the stairways like fucking 20 flights of stairs. Fucking I have an idea, pulls out a fucking grenade pin out.
Quite literally.
I have an idea.
As he's now too far away to be immediately picked up by Kalis, he pulls the pin.
He just drops on the floor. Just ding ding ding.
No, he's holding it.
Oh. Click, click, click. You all see as my head holds almost, I assume, like an egg, like close to his face, like.
Mm-hmm.
An audible fucking boom echoes as several pieces of shrapnel whizzes by you, Kalis. You look upon my head, completely unscathed. My head. You didn't really feel anything, just you felt the sensation of the metal bits and pieces just kind of slipping out of your hand, and you look upon the fragments of what remains, and you literally see like burning hot pieces of shrapnel in your hand.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've entered a non-PvP zone.
How is
Alright.
this possible?
That's a very good question indeed.
I'm gonna roll something. I want to see something. See.
Needham would go over to Kalis and poke him in the face. Can you feel that?
I presume I can feel her
Yes.
poking my face.
Yes.
Yes.
Just not any sort of pain.
DM,
Yes.
this situation has presented us with a new form of transport. I take
No
a rock,
rocket
it becomes
No,
a
it is
basket.
not.
I put a bunch
rocket
of grenades
jumping!
into it and flip her upside down.
Gonna throw a grenade and hope that it finds you.
No,
Either this is
So-
a really good thing for protection, or this is meant so that somebody else who made the rules can break them, but we can't.
So,
yeah.
You just gonna plop it on the ground, just
Yeah,
sit
so
on
I'm
it.
filling a basket up with grenades and then sitting on the basket and tilting the basket forward to the entrance. We're going
To
maximum
become
velocity.
the guy from.
Roll me just a D100. I'm gonna roll D100 as well.
About to become the guy who uses his sweat as explosions.
Bakugo.
Yeah, Bakugo.
Yeah.
Well, I assume, how many grenades you use? Because remember, grenades are not infinite.
Actually, mine are basically are.
Oh god. No. What the fuck is this
Wrong
song?
song.
Yeah, wrong song.
No, they were filled. Yes, correct.
I'm not,
Nihilum.
I'm not
That
gonna
is-
stop and blow himself up.
So
Oh.
basically,
Mm.
you all see my head is going, I have an idea. Fucking full Junkrat mode. Grabs, how many grenades are you gonna shove?
Yeah. I just grab a pile of rocks, and then as they fall into the basket, they're grenades.
How many do you think can fit?
I think like 9 could fit in this basket.
Okay.
If at first you don't
These
succeed,
are
load it
less
up again.
shrapnel grenades, DM. These are more just pure explosives.
Yeah. So all of you witness him putting a bunch of grenades, just waiting, and a loud explosion happens, and there's a bunch of smoke. You see my head, Alias, this whizzed by you, and just go about 200 feet up the stairs, and then impact seemingly on basically the angle of the stairs, and just kind of flip a handful of times over on another stair above. Mahet, that should have killed you. However, you do not feel no pain at all.
It seems
Your clothing are tattered, however, and you can feel in a bunch of crevices of your mouth and just like pockets, armpits everywhere, fragments of metal.
I taste. He nods. As his it slowly just comes out of his skin. Oh, I'm shitting like a cat. As he continues walking up the staircase. That is what he's.
Needham would just turn to him. Matt, this was completely unnecessary. We could have just walked.
Incredibly necessary for science.
I do not think his opinion of what is necessary and our opinion of what is necessary is necessarily similar.
I just hope he doesn't continue doing that when we can get hurt again.
So
One could only hope. I just waddle off.
We can at
Runs into a
least
pillar reading a
confirm.
book.
We can at least confirm we're practically immortal in this part or realm.
To ourselves, yes.
So I see we proceed down up the stairways. Yes.
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 Good. So making your way up, and it takes you about half an hour or so, and then all of a sudden you hear sounds of what seems to be buzzing, and then seemingly something like steam building up and venting somewhere. I don't know where. As you're kind of walking from the sides, these massive metallic holes, almost like worms, wriggle out. And They seem to be, well, it's hard to explain what they are. They're of metal, of red metal, same as everything else in here. Wiring dangling, something akin to eyes seemingly glaring without any emotion. And there's about 16 of these things. They seem to be eyeing you from like 80 feet above you as their worm-ish form is just kind of let them just dangle above you. Anything you wish to say? Or read?
No, I am Mahet. Nice to meet you.
I preferred if we didn't try to catch their attention right away.
They seem to stare. They do not
It's
interact.
too late for that.
They do not seem to interact with you in any way, shape, or form, except for the way of observing. And as you continue to climb, the ones in the back that you pass by disappear back, seemingly underground, and new or the same ones sprout out in front of you, climb higher and higher. Always.
They simply just are watching us. Perhaps to let us announce our coming.
Let us hope so.
Well, I mean, great enough big of a noise, like an explosion. Somebody's gonna come and investigate.
Yeah, probably wasn't the smartest idea to do that.
Agreed.
I have stopped expecting smart. I think it is time to simply roll with the punches.
You're probably right.
That makes the most sense. We are in a place that we don't know the rules of.
Traveling with people we don't know the rules of.
Precisely.
No. Time passes on. Things sprout out and sprout back in. Takes you about an hour to climb. Fucking horrible that is. Until eventually you do reach the top of it. Where you see the pathway changes from reddish to purplish flooring almost immediately. Only the floor of this place seems to be present. Everything, like the same structure that you saw above, still red. The flooring on the main floor seems to be purplish. And also, it seems to be leading in a particular direction. Just leads straight forward. It seems to be miles of corridor in front of you, with no real way out. However, good thing is, those things that were following you up the stairs disappear completely as you all step final steps upwards.
That was a long climb.
Be prepared.
What are you
It seems we
talking
have
about?
more
This was
walking
nothing.
ahead of us. It seems we have more walking ahead of us. Do not slow down.
The path is like straight ahead of us, but is there anything to the left or to the right we see?
Seemingly pathways and doors and entrances, hundreds of them. This is a massive place with many of ways to go.
Guess we keep going forward because we don't know what else to do. Anyway, there are walls, right?
Yes.
Is there anything particular on the walls?
It is, instead of this brick formation, it is now one singular wall made of metal that is purplish when you go inside.
Another color change.
And the light's still going in the same direction.
The light abandoned you when you were starting to climb the stairs to begin with.
So basically, we're in the area, but we don't know where exactly.
Question: we've seen this metal color change a few times. Can I garner some level of insight to why the hell that might be?
Roll me an insight with disadvantage. Anybody
Can I
can.
also do that?
Yes.
Inside with disadvantage. Yeah, okay, that's a 7. That's
I'll pull out some magic to even it out.
and you can even add a d8 to that.
Holy shit.
Oh god.
Alright, well, I'll use my last flash genius to do this then. Before investing. Stock market. 27.
1d20, keep lower one. You didn't roll 2 dice, Mahet.
I didn't because I canceled out this disadvantage with advantage.
Ah.
Well. As you peer out to try to figure out what is the correlation between the colors, no real distinction or reason you can find except for one. Looking upon the skies above, the red crimson sky with blue clouds, you know the red is pain, screaming, anguish. The blue is something you do not really know, but you know if you combine those two colors you get purple, which is the place you're following to. Also, you know of the bronze, which led you to red. So the best assumption you can have is this was almost like marking territory.
It's like territory. Okay, yeah, I get that. We're in new territory. Colors changed again.
Oh, fascinating. Territory for whom, though?
Conception. The conceptions, the realities. Who put us here in the first place? Think about it. Who owns the place but the rulers? Who else has territory?
That is true. That means that we're entering the territory of the person we're getting to. Supposedly.
Oh. As you walk the purplish halls, it is light enough so you don't need a source of light. However, you do notice something peculiar and odd. Looking above you, you start to notice through the walls, through the ceiling, seemingly traversing these. Second. Hold on. These creatures seemingly floating in and out, phasing through the metal, about 6-7 feet tall, humanoid in shape, purplish in color, with multiple appendages.
I would not want to meet one of those in a fight. At least not currently.
I'd rather not be able to have to fight them at all. Thank you very much.
Do they give the impression of anything demonic?
No. You can all roll me either Arcana or Religion.
Mm.
Let me think.
Nihil
We'll
take
check.
advantage.
Thank you.
Or religion.
I'm gonna go for Arcana. Even though my religion is the same, I think from my standpoint, from my character standpoint, it will be Arcana. Oh, finally, good roll.
It's a 20.
It's a good. My head almost in that one, but
you.
avoided with his advantage.
There we go. 28.
So
It
yes,
doesn't
it's
matter
all-
which one
Okay.
because they're both 9.
Nihilum, Grimcloak, and yeah. You can observe these things, and they don't feel demonic. They don't look demonic. They don't seem to have the characteristics. They look abyssal in nature, tainted or corrupted. However, Lester, but you rolled Arcana, right? Or Religion?
Arcana.
Arcana. Something about it is a bit peculiar for you. Something is odd, off. Something sparks in your mind for a second. There is a tome, an ancient tome, that not a lot of people have read it, especially at this time. Without a name, with a calling of an ancient, more theory than actual tried and true, they talk about progenitors. How for the current races, there used to be better races that evolved or devolved to the current thing. From the common things as mice and cats to something more peculiar and orthodox as angels and demonic creatures. Something about a description that you read about celestial beings rings in your mind, although quite involuntarily like. Can you roll me an insight check?
Yes. 15.
You don't know by what means or by how or why. You feel like these creatures trying to tell you that on purpose. Although they do not seem to have any way to contact you, or simply they can't. Although that sensation kind of lingers in your mind.
Fascinating. I'm going to let everybody else know about what I've come to realize. See, well, and at the end says, well, it's just a theory, but that might be what's going on here.
I see.
Well, in any sense, we should be cautious, but can carry on.
This place is just giving me the creeps, that's all.
Oh, actually, it will give you a bit more creepiness. Walking for about what seems to be 10 additional minutes from the hallway that seems to be going forever, all of a sudden you came to a realization in front of you that the path onward continues as red. And the purple seems to go right. What seemingly is a staircase. Massive stairway that is about 60 feet wide and seemingly goes for 100 or so feet and seemingly goes upwards. But the first thing you see, of course, besides the purple metal, is a massive 80-90 tall skeleton on the floor, or more specifically on the stairs, covered in dust.
Well, hell yeah.
Would I recognize the type of bones these are?
Roll me a history with advantage.
These are human bones.
It's the missing link.
In the meantime, Grimclog is just looking at the skeleton and stroking the chin of his mask.
Yeah.
Money foul.
So Bluster quickly giving, just you look once, and all you need to do is just go a bit into its skull to look for specific marking, and your notes almost matches perfectly what you have already discovered in the real world. The so-called
boy,
proto-giants. Although this is a significantly taller creature.
Proto giants.
Yes. Well, you found creatures that were like 30, 40 feet, well preserved. Well, skeleton preserves. This is about 90 feet. And one also thing you realize, if you're if everything you learn about it is real, all the information you've been given about this place, dozens of millennium have passed. Bones should have withered and vanished into dust. But this bone is extremely well preserved. Which of course you immediately think, yes, because we're in this place where you cannot really take physical damage. But then you start to guess why is there no flesh? Where's the blood? Where's the meat?
Looks like this place wasn't always safe.
Yes. Which is. But still, even if he had died here, it would have taken quite a while to get all of this down to bone before it became the way this place came.
Yeah. Can I ask? Can I check if the bones have also degraded a bit, or has the flesh been cleaned right off?
The flesh
Whether or
is
not.
the flesh is seemingly. Roll me a medical check.
Thank you. They're trying to see if it was harvested or time.
Do
Yeah.
you think this particular
I have
skeleton
no
was
idea.
attacked by a flock of migrating swallows?
You want to go ahead and re-roll that?
You know what? Sure.
Plus a d8.
Plus a d8. Okay, plus 8. Thank you. So, have to roll d8 still, or just
Yeah, plus a
Okay.
d8.
Okay, let's see. That would be a total of 15. Doesn't hate me.
Hey, it's
All
pretty
right.
high.
So,
So, right, 15.
50. Uh, you think on it, you look on it, and something tells you that this body has been pristinely harvested. The point that it was left here in the same position as it died.
Oof. Okay.
So it was moved and replaced.
No, it didn't move, so
Yeah, it
let me
was.
say this.
It was perfectly harvested, and the body wasn't even moved. It was just harvested here on the stairs in an odd angle.
That's not disturbing at all. Did
It's
somebody
not.
cast clean off flesh on this skeleton?
There ain't no spell. Don't be ridiculous.
It reminds me of certain corpses we found when we entered the ruins.
Except they had all their flesh.
They had all their outward flesh, but the internal flesh, no.
So we can discern that going up might be something that consumes all flesh but leaves the bone.
Presumably, following the same hypothesis that you mentioned, or the same link, it could be that scarab that we were supposed to fight. Or a similar creature.
At least then I can tell that I'm not gonna do what I was gonna originally do, so
Throw rogue.
and I also don't recommend moving the body as it might be put there as a warning, or disturbing it would cause whatever had done this to the poor chap to come after us.
Kalis
With
will
that kind of
carefully step around
precision.
it and look up. Like, does the stairs like take a turn around, or?
Yes, it does take it around.
I'm gonna peek around.
You see
What?
one body, a large one, leaning against. Well, if you go up 100 feet and you turn the corner to look up, there's another stairway, and seemingly there is another giant body, only a skeleton leaning against the wall, or more like crumpled against the floor. The wall. Ugh.
Wait. What position are these bodies in? The first one that
the
we
first
found,
one- the
is it
first
like
one-
crawling up the stairs?
The first one looks like it fell backwards down the stairs and didn't even land to the actual floor of the path that you walked. While the other body seems to have basically crumpled down against the floor next to the stairways. So
Does the purple pathing end after the second skeleton, or does it keep going up the stairs? Like the coloration that was purple. you
yeah,
said,
the
on
purple
floor?
continues upwards.
I'll come back down to the rest and say, so. There's another skeleton at the stairs. Further up. Should we continue along the purple path or the straight path?
Well, we do have to consider that whatever was able to hurt these creatures is also going to be able to hurt us. Therefore, breaking the rules of this realm, we don't know what else it could do.
Or perhaps it hurt these creatures before the rules of this realm were in place.
Or it can break the rules. We just have to abide by it.
And perhaps the rules only abide to each other and not to other creatures.
There is another. So if we say that you were on the ground floor, took one stairway, then another, you're basically on the second floor. There is another floor that goes up. The stairway seems to go up more floors than two.
First brother was low. Maybe next person's high.
That does make sense. This might be a bit more complex than we thought. If only we could ask one of these dead people what the way is.
Hello! Can you tell us how you died? I say to one of the group of skeletons.
My instincts say to keep going up, follow the path.
I would try something, but last time I did that, the results were unfortunate.
Like to proceed.
Okay. Okay. There is one thing I could do as Grimcloak, but I'm gonna ask the party as a meta sense. Do we want to try something risky?
Heck yeah.
Sure.
YOLO.
You're talking to my head here.
I'm talking to the players, but hey, if most people say yes.
He's worse.
He's worse. True.
Okay. Grimcloak looks at the rest. Maybe we could ask it in some sort of way. And he approaches the skeleton on the stairs. All right. Don't think I can cast that because that would be very dangerous. So I'm gonna cast the other thing. Animate dead.
Animate dead. I know the spell well because I just use it as my Oathbreaker Paladin. Just. Oh, yeah. What? Per level, right?
Per level, yes.
Okay. Can you roll me just a D100? Skeleton.
Oh god, I have to roll D100. That is
Animate dead.
Okay. Guys, don't give me the bad thing. I said don't give me the bad thing.
Well, Grimlock, I don't know if you have any marks of teal from your last campaign, but if you do,
No.
then this is the
I
fate.
think I have one left.
I have
Let me
all of
check.
them left.
The shit callousness of that statement.
Yeah, I still have a mark of teal left. Should I use it here though?
It's your call. I'm just a humble
Well,
DM.
All I'm gonna say is if this thing wakes up angry.
I'm gonna give you one of mine.
Thank you.
Even before it's gonna be
Christ.
like a 9.
3, 2,
3 or 1.
1.
If you roll, okay,
39 is better.
9.
The dice just hate me.
It's better than the other ones. Fine.
It's better than 10 for sure.
It's better than 10.
The bones crack and shudder, but all that shuddering makes it vibrate as it begins to slide down the slope of the stairs and just ram itself into the bottom of the stairway and just it become a bundle of bones.
Great.
The shaking
Well,
ends with that, and there's nothing else to be done.
Well, there's another corpse.
Hell yeah! I'm glad I used my mark of two for that.
Thank you.
It's fine.
Nature of the game.
Nature of the game.
A little bit of rattling of the
Game's a game.
bones.
And you can see Grimkrug looking back. That was not the intended effect. It seems this realm is affecting my magic.
Can I pick up one
So
of the
it would
bones?
seem.
These are fucking massive bones, by the way.
How big?
Ooh, let's see. Well, in
Take
the
the pinky toe.
in the skull, you could make the skull into a bath for like 4 people.
Is there
Hey
is
guys,
there
wanna
a,
have a
is there
short
a
rest?
smaller bone?
I'm gonna say you can grab it's pinky, but it's not like the pinky toe. It's just 1/3 of it, and it's basically the size of a decent sized watermelon. Not as heavy as one, but it is.
Oh
it
yeah, I'm
is-
taking that.
Yeah, you just have a
Ooh.
piece of bone.
Ooh,
Great.
here's an idea. Take the bones out of the inside of the ear. Those are plenty small.
Yeah, but those are how do I say this? Those are not existent here. Cannot find any.
They can't.
Doesn't have
It
bones.
it was a deaf
Like
giant.
ears? Maybe it doesn't have ears.
Oh man.
Interesting.
So
Wow.
Anyways, we going up or out?
Going up, I guess.
Up the purple staircase. Well,
Follow the purple.
you pass the basically
But keep vigilant.
you just passed by the giant who's basically withered. Well, not withered, but just basically crumpled against a wall. You go up another stairway. It's clear. You move again, and you see on what seems to be the final stairway, as it seems to lead on its own corridor now. You see a giant skeleton. Is a skeleton, has no robes, no armor, no nothing. He seemed to be kneeling, one knee up, as its arms are having rest on it, and the other knee is basically ground.
Is it kneeling to something? Is there a statue nearby or?
I mean, if you want to go up and see what's the rest, you basically see when you climb like the third stairway up. There's the fourth.
Does the purple go further up the stairs?
Yes.
Or we follow the purple?
You do follow up, and you make it to basically a quarter of 150, 80 feet. Quite large, 30 by 30, this whole hallway. And it has these purplish candles or lantern lighting the whole hallway. It's purplish flame. Additionally, you all start to see these things that you saw downstairs floating up and down and everywhere in between. Seemingly, how do I describe this? Like a school of fish, right? instead of like, dozens of them, it's like 2 3 together, goes from one wall to another, then you mean another pair reemerges, then one odd out. There's no sound. There's no any reaction to you witnessing them or vice versa.
If I use my magic awareness when they're nearby, do they seem to be like a magical construct or something?
I picked it
Built
up.
with a spell? And they don't seem to be hostile to us.
By the looks of it.
What happens if I step up onto the floor they're on?
The last of these purple that go to the walls, nothing else comes out. And at the end of the hallway, you see a massive purple, a double door, if to be more specifically.
There's a moment where, like, Kalis just has one foot down, and he's just looking both ways, waiting for something to happen for a good, 30 seconds.
Nothing happens.
As everybody behind him kind of bumps into him.
I just look at Kalis. I believe they are staying away from us. Think of it as fish in a tank.
Normally, fish don't look ready to eat your soul. And I wave everybody on as we continue towards the double door.
Gods have weird pets.
I like that. I like that one.
You're welcome for that one. Okay, to the double
But I mean,
doors.
he's not wrong.
So, gonna end. You're just gonna walk the to the corridor's end, or wait for something.
Yes. No,
Yeah.
I think we're just gonna go to the corridors and
We're walking to the purple double door.
So, you make it to the purple double door, which is kind of similar design of the door that you first witnessed in the ruins, still on your world in the material plane. Although you can see a double bar entrance, as in you can push or pull, but also see letters ripped from the bottom to the top in minuscule size. Anybody knows Draconic?
Me.
Yes. I think I do. Yes, I do.
Mahet,
No.
isn't that the language that you lost, Mahet? Draconic?
Mm-hmm. He thought he, you know
Uh,
what? I never knew Draconic. What are you talking about, smiley face?
Oh, no.
Bluster, roll me a history with advantage, and Grimplop, roll me just a normal history check.
Okay. Roll history. Come on,
Says
dice.
don't open.
Thank you, dice,
It
for
says-
being at least kindly to me.
Yes.
Sure, let's get a better roll,
You
but at
both-
least I know something.
So for the first thing is, you read through this, and it's like a fort of the wall that is drizzled in Draconic scripture, and half of it you don't really understand. After a few reads, you come to, I guess, an agreeable translation between both of you. It basically reads, "None of my servants will open this door. None will witness the despair that you wrought. This is my decree. Even though you're my eldest daughter, you'll stay here until the dusk of all.
Oh, this is my head.
My hat?
Sorry, might have dozed off for a second.
My
Sorry
clip is
about
up
that.
mute. Anyway, so I see. I think Les and I will share this knowledge. Obviously,
Oh yeah.
it seems this is so. It seems this is the door of a daughter, the eldest one.
Which is the one we were looking for.
Potentially.
It could also be the
For a
youngest
daughter.
daughter.
The question is, the grammar seems a bit vague.
Mhm.
We do not know who is speaking, whether it is the eldest daughter herself, or if it is perhaps the eldest son. It could be either. It could be neither.
Hey guys, check.
I got a question, Araxis.
Yes?
Is there a keyhole I can peek through?
No. It has no lock, but it seems if you pull or push the bars attached to the door, you might move the door. Or maybe pull it on the side, you have really no clue. And the whole like door is of purplish metal as well.
The question is whether this is a test or not for us.
Grimcloak adjusts his mask and seems to think. A test. No. It's a warning. Can I look around and see if I see anything else of note?
But for whom?
You can all roll me a perception
Thank you.
with advantage.
Oh, well, thank you.
Good.
Perception, double checking. So I was
Okay,
about
that's
to. Yeah,
tweak.
I was about to do the wrong roll. Well, I didn't roll that one.
That's good.
I mean,
My head sees all.
Well,
Eyes glow red.
the head, you didn't roll in that one. That's for sure. All right, we got 3 above 20 and 2 and 1 above 30.
I'm just gonna say my head only is the one who actually passed it by 1. So, my head, as you look around and try to figure out something, you realize something. Looking
Someone's
at
watching.
no, something a lot worse. You, for the first time ever, really, actually see writing on this metal, like on actual metal, that has been very deliberately made, clearly with a purpose. You look at it, and you see something, or although you see something else, you hear etching. You hear fury. You feel pain. You hear scribbling. Somebody reaches out, something shadowy reaches out to the door and begins to use its finger that is as sharp as anything you ever see to break the metal apart to make these passages in the languages you do not understand. Somebody made this inscription, this whole wall, with its own claw.
Can I get an insight to what it was trying to communicate?
Insight with advantage.
$24.
You feel that it is the person who wrote this that you see making this warning or this decree onto the door.
I just hated everything here. Whoever was writing this was not happy. Very upset. Angry.
Starting to see why we were chosen to do this.
Oh?
Meme looks at my head. You sure?
Squints.
I think the wording itself says it. None of my servants. I think this is why the
Alright, I'm sorry. Word for word, what does it say?
Yeah, I don't have it completely written down, but these are the ones I did get written down. None of my servants will open the door. None will witness despair you wrought. Even you or the eldest son will stay here till the dusk of all.
Eldest daughter.
Yeah.
Eldest daughter. Okay, so wait, it says the eldest daughter will stay here. So he's like, oh, no one will open the door and let you out. No, it's...
None of my servants will open the door.
Yeah.
And they're the only
And
ones here.
experience the sorrow.
Mm-hmm. Mahek kind of walks over to the door. Doesn't, he just makes no immediate motions, Kalius, that makes you think, oh, he's going to open it right away. But
Insight
he kind of looks
check.
at it. Insight. Sure. Incite the insane man.
Inside the
Is
door.
he about to open the door?
You gain 2 insights. He's thinking about opening the door. His hands have not moved to do so yet. And the other one, someone's watching. These are the 2 insights you garner from this, man.
Yeah, someone's watching. It's me. I'm watching you.
So,
but he kind of looks at it. Whoever opens it won't be happy. But someone's got to. He puts his hands on the door.
Wait.
Cool.
We can first try with a spell. So technically, none of us will open it.
I feel like this is the kind of thing that most curses take as a technicality.
True. Mahet, you may go ahead.
Push the door open.
Go ahead, man.
Go ahead, Mahet.
Sacrifice the gremlin.
No, if I... How big is the wooden... I was going to say, how big is the wooden thing? The wood block. So heavy.
So, like, can I push this thing open, Araxis, or is it...
You put your hand on it, you feel something in the back of your skull. You know instinctually you can push it, open it. But the question is, will you?
Kind of look out, sniff the air. Is someone watching?
Roll me D100.
Oh shit!
It's a 7.
Someone,
Wasn't me.
A
someone is
lot
watching
of people
right
are
now.
watching. You look back, you see everybody staring at you, touching the door. Curious.
Sure.
I look back. I look beyond them. I wave. I look back at the door.
Needham turns around once. Like,
Oh no, you're starting to
Hey,
believe him.
Neelam,
That's not a good
Neelam.
sign.
Hey, Neelam. It says gullible on the ceiling.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
you stole my lungs.
So, open the door,
And
smiley
and
face.
as I push the door, as I'm going to as I push the door open, I yell out, "Hello, I am my head."
What he lacks
Curious.
what he lacks in self-preservation, he certainly makes up
that's
for
not the
in
music.
enthusiasm.
That's not the music. Shut up. That's not
yeah,
the
what
music.
he lacks in self-preservation, that he definitely makes up in stupidity. Exactly what I was about to say.
Enthusiasm, I was saying, but you know,
What the fuck? Hold up. Wait.
That's it.
Why is this not working?
is the heavy metal version of Baby Shark not working for the boss fight?
Shut up. Yeah, I'm gonna play this then. I'm gonna use another bot then. Fuck you. There you go. So, as you open the door to the other side, you basically see a very purple bedroom with a massive bed, a massive table, with a handful of chairs, and what you see on the bed is, well, a very tall, beautiful woman, dead. Her head hanging off the bed edge. Her hair loose and purple all over the floor. And there is a pool of blood. Basically around her hair. I'm gonna say this is a tall person. This is about 50 to 60 feet long. This is a massive 300 by 300 bedroom, and you're all feeling like ants in it.
DM,
Yes.
how fresh does the blood look as I walk into this room?
Recent. No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Seems like we're too late.
No. He's. No, it's
DM.
he just walks in.
DM.
Yes.
It's not likely, but it's the default reaction to the situation. I cast Cure Wounds.
You're gonna run like 100 feet to her, just gonna touch like, hello.
Hello.
You just
Hello,
gonna
my name is the Head. You can wake up now.
A question.
You can wake up now.
Will you just run through her blood?
He's a little one-tracked mind. Yes, cries.
I see my head run, but
You
Grimdog is gonna walk inside. And just let it happen.
You basically run and you feel something wet hit as you see everything fade as you collapse face first into liquid. Everybody else, you basically see my head rushing at the slung over head of a massive creature. impacting the blood face first and not move.
Uh-oh. Poisoned.
I cast fly
Very
and fly
poisoned.
over to try and pull him out.
Is there a way to get to her without touching the blood?
There is. Just my head decided to go for the most straightforward answer.
The blood is bad.
Mm.
Perhaps
then-
not
What if-
bad. Perhaps Kalis holds up a hand. We do not know what Mahet is experiencing currently. There has already been one trance in this place. I would not be surprised if there was another. But for now, we must treat it as dangerous.
But we should at least get him out of there. He's face first. He's going to drown.
I agree. Carefully. Do not touch the blood if you can.
Or... Okay, I'm gonna fly over and try not to touch the blood on Mahet and try to pull him out.
Yeah. You grab him and you pull him, and there's this viscous purplish blood that just kind of trickles around as he pulled out. Are you gonna just?
And then we're gonna press it. Then we're gonna slowly press the digitate all over him.
Mahet,
Get all that blood off of him.
Mahet, you are
Yeah.
dead,
Oh no.
but your conscience is still there. You're dead. You're in the void. Yet you're not. You're dead, but not really. Weird. It's like you know
the laws
that.
of this place don't let you die.
Yeah, you're dead, yet you're not dead.
So, question here.
Yeah.
Is someone watching?
Someone watching. A D100, if you will.
This is the question you must ask at the first point of any. 87.
In a dark abyss of dead and where the veil is clearly the thinnest in its natural means. Yes, Terry, you do see yourself.
Who's Terry?
And in my head, you also see something familiar as well. A deja vu sensation, if you will. A path laden in blackish starish blood.
No!
An ascension on the other side.
No! No!
You remember
I
this?
guess...
You remember this path that you took before? You remember succeeding it barely.
No, I can't. No! See, I look at this
It would be
very
funny.
impressed, very lookalike. But instead, we have. I look at this very important, very significant situation. Nods. However, Mahet is a bit single-focused. Stares at dead body. So,
Yeah.
I go to the dead body of the lady.
You're still dead. You're
Yes,
onward.
I know. The spirit just like.
It's kinda... No, your spirit is stuck in the void. You're somewhere that
How
should not
dare
be
you.
told. You're
Oh,
somewhere,
okay,
you're
okay,
somewhere
okay.
untold now. You're just kind of stuck there.
No,
I see
Araxis.
those
Yeah.
question for those who are not dead.
Yes.
Matt is just down on the ground, is passed out. But do we consider him as dead, or do we see just unconscious to us?
things.
He looks. You know those animals who get like electrified and they just have like the final emotion on their face?
Yeah.
That's basically what my head looks.
Is he
BM?
is he breathing?
You can roll me medical check. Yes.
Okay.
To figure out
Yeah,
if
I
he's
like to-
living.
DM.
Huh?
Mm-mm. So yeah, I'm in the void, and there's a familiar, quote unquote, familiar pathway
Yes.
for me.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Squints.
When I say a
Um,
familiar, you know why it is familiar. There are no cards here. You know this.
Yeah, I know. But me looking for a
My
different
head.
option.
Ahead.
Yes.
You're aware what you're missing.
Yeah, technically speaking, I just, I wish there was a way back.
Do you
But
have a marketeer to spare? No, motherfucker.
well, I'll explain it to those who are unsavvy with this. This is for everyone but 2 people here at first time.
Yeah.
The character in the moment is in a point of uncertainty. And whether they move on to a different life, have a chance of getting back, I'm not sure. I only picked one of the options. Or ascend to some greatness or turn into some evil monster is all dependent on the chance of an opportunity to roll for something and the decision you make alongside that.
Yes.
However, to make that, to attempt that in the first place, to get back to a life of any form, you need a mark of teal.
Mhm.
Currently, I do not possess one.
Mhm.
Can you give a club?
So none of you are under any obligation. However, I will clarify for the sake of you, since this is quite literally a meta choice on every single level.
Yes, it is.
The character will be, to my knowledge, permanently dispatched if nothing is done, which is fine. None of you are under obligations to do anything about it.
Yes, you can have one of mine.
That's very nice. I'll squints.
You'll have to make it up to her.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Go.
I owe you one mark of
So,
steel.
I owe you a mark of teal, basically.
So what you gonna do with that little token that was given to you?
Well, if I remember correctly, do you have to poke your head in to get out?
No. It is very weird. Can you roll me just 12d100s?
Sure.
Because you kind of didn't ask any questions as the dwarf. You know this. You know the path that you made. You just kind of were like, yeah, this is my choice. This is my destiny.
Yeah, this is my right. It was his destiny.
kind of just swan dived into it.
Yeah, I was there. I remember.
I love that. That was so great.
It's like, bruh, why ask questions? I'm great. Walks confidently.
You
All my short characters.
You look upon your own past failings and successes, realizing that you have made your successful escape once. Well, not escape, more like ascension into divinity. You see all the late bodies that will grasp at you. You know this. If you go, so 2 clear choices are: either you try to wait it out and hope that your party members will figure out something else, or you try to go into the darkness and find your way out. Now, you know what happens if you go in and try to leave that one way, the path where leads to light. That grants you a life. Fail it, you will die, and you will be the creature of the stars. But if you go into the void,
Nutty.
you have no clue because you never tried it before. You know this.
Schools. Before I go into the whole story situation where I'm surrounded by people and manipulation, normally, now question here: how much of access does Mahet have to my knowledge?
Everything, except the
Got it.
fact he knows He knows what is missing in his head. He does not know the solution. You know
Yep,
the bridge. You know what's on the other side of the bridge, but you do not know how to connect it.
So, question here: does he simply have my meta knowledge on this situation, or does he have my knowledge? Period.
He has your knowledge, period. This is where Yo, as a player, is more.
Mahet, you should totally dox Terry live on stream right now.
Guys, I know where this guy lives. He lives in.
My
Points.
name is
This
Walter Hartwell
motherfucker.
White.
Praxis, by the way, 15 for medical check. Can I?
He seems
Save
to
him.
be in some sort of stasis. He is not dead, nor is he alive.
Okay. That's all I need
Maybe
to know. and then I-
cleaning off the blood that is covered it might do a trick. You have really no clue.
They already did that. With
They're
this
cleaning
communication.
it of my head. What are you gonna do? Because this could be
Wish.
yeah.
All right, if I know it all, I'm gonna first yell at one thing. Warden. Warden.
I'm just gonna say this: you have nothing to call upon him.
Got it.
There's no
All right,
response.
and the next name. Then the next name to on the list is. Actually, I don't think he has grasp on this here. Shrugs. Well,
Yeah, I know you're
kind of
gonna
looking
go.
around. Like, I mean, I could always just say Farron. Farron comes back here. No, I don't think he can get back here. I
Yeah.
don't think Farron. Points to DM. All right.
Keep that wall at least intact. Thank you very much.
I am listening to you, Terry. What do you want?
Terry.
Yeah. No, this is the only time a character gets to talk to the DM.
Yes.
All right. But I'm going to make something clear here. While he has my knowledge, he's still a character, and so I will point. So the questions are as followed. I am Mahet. Nice to meet you.
I know.
I am lost. Squids.
It could be worse. He could be dead.
You're right. I like you. Optimistic. Looks around. He waves back at the DM. Recommendation? Also, would you like snack?
Wait it out, and you'll be fine.
Alright, thank you. He sits down. And DM, unironically,
Yeah.
I will PayPal you $5 for a snack.
Thank you, I guess.
There is the meme will live.
I need to give everybody who's watching this like the TLDR displays. This is basically the back rooms. This is the plays between places, like the astral plane just in reverse. This is my domain, or I guess the domain of untold, where untold things happen for a lot of people. Anyway,
Is there Grim Cloaks characters can bribe the DM? No. But I switched it.
Believe me, it is extremely difficult to get out. Don't worry. You can try. Yeah, that enough of the meta.
Actually, one question, DM.
No, too late. Because
No, I have one question.
you're like spring out one more question, and bless her, the final blood driplets fade away from my head, and it's all of a sudden he just springs up one more question out loud.
Boing.
And with that, the soul returns to the body.
We would just turn to Matt. What the hell? Are you stupid?
No, I just met everything. Nuts.
We should have just let him die.
I'm sorry, what?
I wouldn't think you would have died. that
Demon
way.
says it. Ale walks around the blood this time.
Either
Well,
way,
if I- Well, I guess we'll have to unwrap that later.
I do not have a feeling we want to see the visions that Mahet saw.
there's only one
We might
thing.
get-
Let us continue.
Or you may not.
I-
want to.
The show must go on. Walks over to the blood.
Either way, I think it would be smart to try something else first.
Kalis is getting up onto the bed.
Yeah,
By the way.
you're basically climbing about 40 feet of just sheets of this silky smooth sheets that they have not worn throughout the time. And you just kind of easily climb up with no real repercussion.
This is the most luxurious mountain climb
I
Kalis
know,
has ever been on.
and basically climbing up, you just realize there's just a half naked dead lady on the bed. But seemingly is a nightgown, all that she has. And
Does it look self-inflicted?
you basically do see from where you're standing towards her neck. There is a small, from your perspective, almost like a stream of blood that is pouring out constantly. Her neck was slit, although you don't really see anything that would have inflicted this. No blade, no dagger. It would be quite easy to spot.
Is it flowing with a pulse? Like, is the heart still beating?
Roll me
Or
perception
is
check.
blood...
Also, are you just gonna approach this giant?
Yeah. Without avoiding the blood, of course.
Oh, on the bed there's barely any blood. Most of the blood is basically on her hair and neck, while her head is basically dangling off the bed. Honestly, walking up like 30 feet from her basically body, you can hear every once in a while a shudder coming from her. Nothing you have really heard before, but you can imagine that's a harp.
DM, I would still like to cast Cure Wounds.
Ah,
She lives.
yeah,
Be quick.
we do that. Yes, we do that as well.
Sure.
Jesus.
Go ahead. I'll just wait. I'll just wait.
Clear.
This bitch rolling death saves and thinks she can escape.
Clear. I'll use it again.
Oh, give me a second.
You can add a d8.
Not to this. This
Yeah.
is a this is a healing number. I don't have to roll a check to heal. I just have to heal numbers.
I see.
Also, are you gonna climb? Are you gonna climb this girl?
I
Yes.
imagine
I'm gonna stay on the bed sheets because something seems weird about climbing a girl.
yeah.
I know it's
It
weird.
seems like an invasion. It's already weird that I'm on her bed, but like, you know,
Yeah, there's a
suicide hotline.
yeah, there's a half-naked dead lady on the bed. Well, not really dead, dying, and it's kind of just weird.
You said her hair is purple as well.
Yes. Everything is purple about her. Skin
Purple
is marble-esque, like made of stone. And it is also purple. Like, not deep purple, but purple-ish. Not the purple guy, don't worry about it.
She's not the one behind the slaughter.
So you're just gonna cast healing, okay?
Yeah, just cure wounds.
There's no
add a lesser restoration in there as well.
Wait.
There is really no response. Nothing has changed. You do downstairs. You do hear this uncomfortable trickle, like a stream of actual blood, as the pool seems to be expanding. Not rapidly.
We have to close the wound without touching the blood.
How about that? All right.
Actually,
May I try something?
Sure.
no necromancy points.
I do not think they're dead in a conventional sense. But... Alright then. Olia, we have come in the name of the eldest son. Are you here?
Roll me a d100.
You just have to call into her ear and wake her up.
We'll do seductive talk later.
Hey girl, let me whisper in your ear.
Calypso, I release you from your human
Drum roll!
Great.
9.
9.
It's just me, or does the D100 have all given me such low rolls lately that it just hates me? And I'm not gonna mark of teals. I'm just gonna let this happen. We're just gonna roll with it.
Yeah, you're right. I'm gonna Mark of Teal this.
Oh, you are?
Go for it.
This is the third Mark of Teal used in this session.
In Title 64.
Much
All
Finally,
of
above
you.
50.
All of you hear an uncomfortable crack within the chest. Kalius, for you, it is the most uncomfortable one because you're next to it and it feels like what you can assume is like dozens of skeletons got crushed and crumpled. And after that, you all see a spasm of the body. And Kalius, you no longer hear the heartbeat. As the body begins to and decay in front of you in this purplish light, you feel an intense wave of energy blasting, echoing despair. Although the despair passes freely through you as if being shielded, the body rapidly decomposes. Its flesh, organs, blood dissipate into dust and bone, leaving nothing but a large corpse. And above the corpse, there is Lester. The first thing you have in your mind, you see a large pixie up above the body, shimmering in purplish light, that then begin to descend above the body, past its bones, kind of flies by you, Kalius, about 50 feet away, through the ribcage and the harbor, down through the neck and the head, through the hair, and then appears in front of you, Grimfolk.
That'd be alright.
Yeah? Sorry, question was modeling. So,
Boys.
Yeah.
Hmm?
No, Buster didn't use the microphone. So this is the
Oh,
person
sorry.
that appeared in front of us,
Yes.
or
Or in
me.
front of you specifically.
After adjusting his mask, after those uncomfortable sounds, he looks at her. Olia, I presume?
She kinda looks back. All that remains. Back at you.
I see. Are you aware of the current situation in the material realm?
No. I've been locked away here for a very, very long time. And you, mortal, came here in behest of my brother. He alive?
As far as we can tell, he seems to be alive.
Good. Good. She gets on the floor, taps her feet. She is from Buster's perspective, she is literally kind of like a pixie fairy, although she's about 7 feet tall.
Oh. Gosh, that.
The beast so tiny and insignificant. This will have to do. Then she kind of looks at all of you, and then kind of glares at Kalis from a far distance away, and kind of gives a bow politely to all of you. My name is Aaliyah. I am humanity's despair, anguish. All your worst fears, thoughts manifest within me.
Can everyone see her? She's just
Yes.
vibe in front of everybody.
She's in
Okay.
front of Grimcloak, but everyone can see her.
Nice to meet you.
It doesn't seem to respond. She looks at you, Mahed, but she doesn't acknowledge you in any way besides looking at you.
Clearly, he has no negative thoughts. She can't relate.
Kayla simply nods.
I go by the name Grimcloak.
I see. So weak. Hour. He kind of looks at her body. Now just basically bone, blood that has been turned almost to semi sludge, and the hair. It is like the only thing about her that remains on the body. Then looks
Power.
kind of at you, Grimcloak. So, what does my brother require of me?
I need to check my notes.
If I remember correctly, we were simply sent basically for a summons, right?
Yeah,
Or it's time to reclaim the Empire or whatever.
Yeah,
And
have her
restore
sit beside
order,
him or
I
something.
something, order, blah, 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 you know. Exposition.
Position.
I'm gonna. Grimcloak would say, He said something about returning the world to its proper order.
There it is, yeah.
She slightly winces at that statement, clearly dissatisfied, but then returns with a polite smile. I see.
There is one more thing. We were also meant to send for Reds. However, we did not find his true self, rather some sort of incomprehensible being of him. He told us that his true self is in the Materium plane somewhere.
He's also alive. He seems to think for it a bit. I see. Very well. He then looks at the floor, looks at the blood, goes towards the blood, and just kind of grabs what seems to be just a pile of it. That begins to draw on the purple flooring runes, seemingly. Nothing sophisticated. Literally 4 triangles and a circle around it. And then when she throws the congealed blood away, she does a motion almost like snap at the sigils on the ground, and a swirling purplish portal manifests. Then she kind of gives a glance over all of you. I'll be going to see my brother then. Coming with?
Ah, yes.
I believe it is the closest way we have to the material plane, our next stop.
I agree.
Portal trip! Reading his hands up.
Portal trip.
Exactly.
Now
Grimcloak
that is thinking with portals.
Grimcloak nods.
So,
It appears it is the fastest way to where we need to go.
So, all of you make your way through the portal. And of course, you're the last Kalius.
Of course.
And when you exit out, you basically are back at, well, the throne room, as it were. The ominous figure not standing there, sitting on the throne. Ever menacingly, ever presently. And of course, as you're the final to leave, like Kalius. Then behind you is Olia. There's this awkward pause between everybody as the eldest son seems to stare at all of you and stare at her sister coming through the portal, and then stares at you, Kalius. And what of Rhett? Where is he?
Material plane. We have met with Rhett Ark. But he told us we required, I believe, some kind of clearance to know the exact location of Rhett.
He seems to flinch slightly. Clearly, the satisfaction echoes all of you. And almost scoffingly, he looks at, surprisingly, the way she was described, quite cheerful. Oh, yeah. Do you maintain your levels of clearance, dear sister? She politely nods. But of course. However, I won't do things for free, brother. You know me. There is this staring contest between the two. Everybody can roll me an insight check. And I have a simple question. Which one of you would you like to perceive individually?
Oh yeah. Let's just say Grimcloak probably can gauge despair better than the eldest.
Anybody else who would you signing it with this? This is a
I think I would try for the eldest.
okay, Lester.
Because Olia has kind of already stated like who and
The-
what she is.
The eldest.
Okay, Nihilum.
I
No,
would go
don't-
for Oli as well.
And Mahet, which one would you go?
Hmm.
No,
I
don't
have a
roll,
question
don't roll
before
yet,
this.
don't roll yet, Mahet.
Yeah. I have a question before this. Is anyone else watching?
Yes, on
D100.
twitch.tv/Orion.
D100.
This is a very important conversation. Are these the only two people a part of it?
Yeah.
Reminder, Mahet.
You can see everybody's looking, including you. Wow.
Mahet, you
Wait,
have
I'm looking at myself.
all of Terry's
I'm the
knowledge.
watcher.
So,
Yes.
Mahet, which
Yeah,
which side?
Good question.
You have to choose,
5, 6, 7, 8.
or you can be ignorant.
The older.
Those who roll with the elder, roll your insight with additional +10 modifier. Those who signed with Olia, roll with additional modifier of D20.
Should I just
Yes.
take what I already rolled or roll?
No,
again?
roll again. Puppy!
Okay.
Pupper!
Oh baby.
Hello! Hello!
Oh, blast with the
Highest we can go, baby.
Oh my god, it's Alexander the pupper! Oh my god, I'm gonna pet him. I'm gonna put your head in the basket.
Where is my fluffy dog? Tavi, come here.
Buster! Buster with a natural 20. Oh my god, Alexander, do you see it? Do you comprehend the logic? Okay. Grimcloak, okay, Kalius. Okay. If I remember, Grimcloak is with the eldest.
No, oh yeah.
Oh, Olia. Ooh, nice. And
And Lester's with the eldest.
I got the eldest with the 35 nat 20.
Okay.
Baby.
There is an unspoken conversation between both of those. One that is smiles, but her emotions are not true, and one that is plainly hiding behind the mask yet speaks more. Silence. There is a bitter rivalry between these two people, as they're both the eldest of their father. Well, there's no designation of the eldest. You feel it's almost like a counteractment of each of another. If Olia is the darkness, then the other eldest is the light. If she is the despair of humanity, he must be hope. And thus there's always need to be exchange. And you realize, Lester, that exchange is a grave one. It's not a favor for favor of niche things. It is power. It is a significant amount of power.
Mm-hmm.
Grimcloak, you realize something about Aaliyah at this moment. Whatever she says to you, whatever she speaks to you, you really should not trust her. Because if she looks upon her brother that she is to be dead, and she sees nothing more but a bargaining chip to be abused. That is the precise word to be used. You shouldn't really trust her as well that too much. The moment of silence passes for both parties. Olia nods and gives a polite bow as the eldest looks upon all of you. It is time for you to surface their own plane, to traverse the deserts and find Ret. And by his aid, you will find my other bird sisters as well. But he should know more about their whereabouts and location.
Quick question before we do that. The information that we have seen and things we've seen here, are we allowed to share necessary information or not?
Question.
Give me
Are
a
we
sec-
under a non-disclosure
Yeah.
agreement?
Yeah, are we under NDA?
Give me
or
a
not?
second. Give me a second. The pupper wants attention.
Is this the new Marvel movie? Yes
My
or
pupper
no?
wants- My pupper wants
okay.
attention too.
So, he simply says yes. Your life will be formed as soon as you tell everything you have witnessed here.
There, if you could see a heart sink, the expression on Blester's face just absolutely turns to dread.
Well, good job. Now,
It's
How-
funny.
how-
Mahek could explain this entire thing to someone else, and they wouldn't believe him.
However, if you finish your task with due diligence, everybody will know of your deeds.
That you can see like Neonum's look wahrscheinlich just kind of turned down, trying not
Give
to
me a
look him
second,
in the
I'm
eye,
gonna
just kind
tackle
of
this
brighten
motherfucker.
up.
Yeah, I'm not standing up it.
Beat him up, Araxis.
Don't!
Beat up your dog.
No survivors.
No witnesses.
Nobody will be able to witness your cute anymore.
That's just a lie. Clearly, when Alexander dies, Araxis will get him taxidermied and put into his bedroom.
I
Oh.
fucked you.
Oh. Back.
Settle back.
Well, Olia looks at all of you. That looks at the elders and says, "You're to provide them with the void dragons, then."
what dragons?
Void dragons.
I feel like we should travel a bit more discreetly.
The elder says no. They shall travel on their own convenient means, and you will guide them to wherever our brother is, and look out for others. For you can leave, and I cannot.
See.
There's a playful smile on her face. A bit too creepily, if you put it lightly. Ah, to be free again. Well, I'll let you sit in your little comfy chair, brother dearest. He kind of looks at all of you. Well, back to the surface. We shall see, after all these millennia, what has changed, what has become of our beautiful world.
If I may interject, in what kind of form would you take in the materium plane?
She seems to think. Well, I do not know. There are many forms I can take. Then she kind of leans closer to you, Grimcloak. Is there anything you wish? As she gets closer, she kind of puts her hand on the shoulder calmly, and just kind of almost caresses your mask. Is there someone you desire? As her face slowly shifts that of your sisters.
Hey, Alabama?
No.
Huh?
Oh God, she's
Tell
in
her
my
to
head.
become-
Like
Tell
you.
her to become a pile of sand.
Okay,
Tell her
anyways,
to become a pile of
anyways.
sand.
Guys, none of this seriously. You can pretty much see Grimcloak grabbing his mask and pulling it down, and you can see slowly part of the top of his face looking at her. If you can look into my mind, you know how much anguish that face does to me, and what fears is tied to it. And he puts the mask back on.
I think that's the point.
So many wish to relive one final day, hour, moment, someone they care. I can do that for you.
You guys have memories?
You see Grimcloak think for a moment, and there's just you don't hear a sigh. You hear a sure. You may take that form.
Oh, delightfully excellent. And then she kind of snaps her fingers, look at the bird. Come on. I'm not gonna stay here forever.
All right then.
As the eldest son just slams his throne, and all of a sudden, all of you free fall.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, as the ground beneath you just opens up like a bottomless chasm.
Oh boy. You know what?
In my head right now.
Dive! Dive!
Oh,
Sing with me, sing for the tears, sing for the laughs, and sing for the fears.
the dog is trying to get inside my fucking room. He's fucking breaking down the door.
Oh no.
Let him in.
He's
Let
too
him
weak.
in.
He's 2 months old. Let him cook. Let him cook now.
You baby.
Yeah, I'm gonna let him in a second. Hold up. I need
Yeah, I have
to.
a cat on my desk.
Well, this is not a cat, my good.
Yeah, but you just need to
have
put
a dog on your desk.
You can have a dog on your desk if it's a small dog. But seriously, I do recommend just giving him a spot to rest in your room if he's lonely.
No, I know, but like, still, he wants to bite my balls. I do not wish to get my balls bitten. You understand the issue of face?
Anyways.
Give me a second. I need to make sure I can.
I was just about to write that there.
There you go.
I'm too fast for you.
So, as you all plummet, it takes you a matter of seconds as all of a sudden you hit a warm sand surface. And you feel the blistering sun as all of you realize, looking around, that you're at the entrance, or like walkway entrance to the ruins you first came in.
There's kind of a sigh of relief from Kalis. Are the horses still out here, by the way?
The horses are missing.
Oh.
Of course they are. It's been hours. Or days.
Or weeks.
Or
Or
months.
months.
Or years.
Decades.
Or minutes.
Well, what is it then?
Time has
Time.
passed ahead. You don't know how much. However, you do see this Aaliyah, still in her purplish form, kind of looking out at the sands. Oh, how dreadfully abysmal this is.
This is just one part of the world. The rest is more green.
You do not get it, do you? You'll get it eventually. The sun is curious, though. Different.
It watches.
You're not wrong, little one. You're not wrong. Kind of seems to stare at it for a second. Looks around. So, how do you travel, humans?
Pet starts
Well,
walking.
We did have
By
some
foot.
beasts that the horse variety, but
They
they
do
seem
not
to have
seem to be here.
left.
Understandably
shame.
So.
Horses. She seems to think for a second. She seems to just think. So how do you travel when there is no horses around? Do you have an eaglet?
A what?
An eaglet.
Have I heard of that before?
Roll me a history check.
Same.
Currently, the only method of transportation we have is foot.
Ooh.
Nice.
You really have no clue what it is. Any of you. But then, as if to just act kind of just kind of think to herself a bit. Clearly uncivilized at what she became. She snaps her fingers and comes out a small little golden beetle wandering around the sands. A small one, sure, but he grew big, large, a lot more large than to carry all of you combined, several hundred times more actually. Skittering around on tunnels.
Grimcog slowly turns his head to my head.
No!
Let me roll something for this. Yeah.
We are attempting to be discreet.
What is discreetness?
Not giant scarabs flying around the desert.
It means more.
Mundane travel.
I would
To not draw attention to ourselves.
Aha. Do you see anything that draws your attention? He kind of looks around, seemingly.
Kalis kind of raises his eyebrow and then looks at Mahet, and then looks back at Olia.
So that's
Because-
the way you see out of mind. I see. Very curious. Well, you may be looking at something, but you not may be seeing it. Clearly, your vision has dulled throughout the millennium. That is clear. I am kind of saddened. I did say to my brother that I will not use a void dragon.
Oh, normal dragon. You never said not normal dragon.
And then she snaps her fingers, and behind her pops out a majestic creature of purplish shadow that gains form in a matter of seconds into this 80-something feet tall looking, well, dragon. But it's less of a dragon, more
my
like...
head.
It's less of an actual sentient dragon, more like a shadowy abnormality of it. And then she kind of pets the dragon and says, its name is Skill, my long lost companion.
Very pretty. I wave.
He kind of approaches Skill and kind of gives a motion for its head to lower down and seemingly embraces it. Then after a few moments looks back at all of you. So, shall we fly high and see what the world has become?
My head nods.
On our way to where we need to be, though, I assume.
We got time.
Oh!
You told me that there are more than this. She kicks a bit of sand on the ground. Show me some examples. We got time.
But then we'll... I don't know, what direction is... Gosh, what was the other guy's name? The other brother's
Rhett.
name?
Right.
Rhett? Do you know what direction he is?
Of course I know. But
Well, if we go in...
I'm not gonna tell you though.
If we go in that direction, we'll sure to hit
Ma-
some of...
Mahet walks over to Lester and he whispers something in his ear.
No. We will go where I want with my dragon. And if I'm satisfied, then we'll go see our little brother. Don't we, Skill? And I kinda pets the dragon again.
I suppose we shouldn't fight with her. It's best to just give her what she wants, and maybe then we'll get something out of her.
She gives a very warm smile to you, Hilo.
Gives a
Let
smile
us-
back.
Let us entertain this for now. We might be able to learn some more things from different locations across the world.
You tell me, where
is a
can I
good
see
point.
snow? I wish to see snow again.
Well, we know where the nearest mountain is, right?
Everybody can roll me a history check?
History check it is.
Yes.
Ooh. Wait, my head for
Plus
doing
the
my roll.
advantage. Or not advantage, D8 to that.
Who, mine?
No, plus the-
Oh, yay! Halfling luck popped.
Yeah, he's having luck, don't worry.
Again!
No,
What?
he's not.
Burning all that halfling luck now, are we?
Wait, huh?
He just rolled a nat one again.
Yeah, I rolled
Right.
2 nat ones in a row.
And now
Oh,
I'm gonna add a
God.
D8, Lester.
Yeah. I gave you a D8 to that.
Okay.
Now, okay. Roll a 1, roll a 1, roll a 1, because it'd be funny.
Oh, don't!
No.
Nah, we'll just get halfway for a 30.
So, Blesser is with the highest roll, and then Grimcloak, right?
Yeah.
So, Grimcloak, the
Okay,
first
fine.
thing that you remember is like, I could visit my home, I guess. There are plains with the snowy mountains, I guess. Flying over it would be relatively quick, just a few weeks.
But
Lester, you quickly think about it. You're in the middle of the desert. You're in the center of the desert. The closest mountains would be to the south. And you don't know how fast the thing is, but you assume you would need like a month on foot with desert. But clearly it would be significantly easier. Just go south, and there's plenty of snow. More snow than she can think about.
Okay, well,
what I mean, there's there's a bunch to the south. Great mountains.
so Grimclock did think of the locations. I was like, snow. He internally groans for a moment. And then you hear the mountains like, right. No, it just depends on what Ollie will do with that.
Well, in that case, south we go. Then she just kind of... It doesn't even, like, go to the dragon to climb on her. She just kind of disappears and reappears on basically the dragon's head. Kind of uncomfortable looking as she kind of seemingly grinds against the scales. With no pain in her face whatsoever. Are you gonna get on as well?
Oh
Yeah, I will.
Kalis will kind of tap the side of the beast before vaulting on.
To see if it's
I reach my hands up to Kalius so he can lift me up.
Yep.
Yep.
Grimcloak gets on.
Fastball special. My hat goes up.
Let's see. Well, south.
That's
Don't you
right.
know what south is? That's gonna be the funniest part.
I know. She like takes up high into the sky with no actual like fuss of the wings or anything. She just kind of goes up with every one of you. And then she just kind of starts flying around. Where is the south?
Hold on.
I could tell her I know where the south is.
Say-
I mean,
oh.
I would know where the north is, so I would know where the south.
She knows. She has to learn. She has to learn here. So we gotta teach her. Say, okay, so the sun, depending on what time of day it is, it appears in what is called. There's 4 cardinal directions: north, east, south, and west. And I'm assuming it's like our normal sun, right?
Yes.
It rises from the east and sets in the west. So depending on what time of day you are, if it's not straight up above, you can determine where south is. And what time of day is it? What time of day is it?
It is noon.
Noon.
That means south. The sun is in the south.
No, it's it high noon or is it noon-ish?
I would just tell her where the south is at this point.
Okay. Then go ahead. You can interrupt me if you want. It'll be
No,
fine.
I would look at you trying to explain that to her. Like south.
I'll
is
tell you.
that way.
I'll tell you later. It's high noon. There's no really way of telling if it's straight above us.
Oh God, give me a second.
Does
just
any of us have a compass?
Neil knows which way is south.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, then please save me.
Go for it.
I told her. She's.
Okay.
Doesn't mean she's going to listen though. She just doesn't have the patience to teach her like Vesta does.
Oh God, so God. I'm sorry, just oh God. That's... Can everybody roll me, those who are training her the ways of navigation? Can you roll me an intelligence check?
The trade of navigation.
I mean, does me telling her where south is count as me trying to teach her?
She's gonna point that away.
Yeah, I would.
I have no navigational skills, so
Okay, bless her. You kind of like explain her the best you can, give an impromptu lesson while on the back of this drag.
again, Nilly wanted to pretty much is telling her which way is south because apparently she knows.
I know,
Yeah.
I know. And then she just kind of nods with this childish glee and says, "Okay." And then, for the first time, the dragon wings spread immensely wide, like a handful more times than it should, and the entire sky goes purple with dangling bluish stars as you start to just glide the direction you were told to. That is the south. And you're just kind of gliding through this, and you look down and you don't see the desert anymore. You see more stars. You're kind of somewhere flying. And then Oldie just kind of nods her head and says, "Okay, when do I stop?"
Do we stop? The navigators have to tell that.
The problem is you have no clue. You have no reference of where she's going because there's no visual identification because everything became purple and blue starish. You just went into warp speed. What do you do?
Stop!
Stop. She stops. All of a sudden the clouds disperse and there is sand.
Okay, so how fast does this thing travel?
She just shrugs. I never knew. I usually travel planet to planet with that skill.
Planets.
Well, we need to not be going.
Kalis will turn around. Do I still see the ruins that we came from?
No. There's just different. Like you don't see any buildings, nothing. Just sand everywhere you look.
Okay.
Does the sun look like it's in a different position?
Yes.
By how much?
A bit.
I'm going to try and calculate how far we've gone by the change of position in the sun.
Intelligence check. Everybody can roll me. I know this is wild navigation. This is wild
We're
navigation.
trying to figure this shit out.
Archaeological campaign in one ways than one.
Wait, investigation was it?
Intelligence.
If we take the angle of the sun and divide it by...
Wait, Grimble, you rolled a 23 on intelligence. Let's fucking go.
Yes. That was my intelligence check.
We got some wizards up in this bitch.
You quickly just let everything calm down. You look at the sun, and you do your intelligent math in the head, and you surmise you went about 100 something miles south in like 10 seconds.
Well, on the plus side, I can confirm we are still in the same desert, just about 100 miles south.
Well,
And
then I guess we just keep
Blaster,
going.
because you know where you need to go and you know the approximate location, if you want to reach the mountains, that means you need to go for at least 56 seconds more in this travel to reach the very beginning. And if you want to reach the end of the snowy plains, basically going through the entire dwarven kingdoms, would be about 1 minute and 47 seconds. So somewhere a minute is a good like, you want snow, a minute. Oh,
A minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, a minute.
Yeah,
Pocket watch.
You know, as he says that though, you know, I kind of like poke the back of our good old rider. I have a compass in my hand.
Oh.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I fucking love this.
Your comedic timing is peak with this character, Mahat.
Yeah.
I fucking love this.
My head, it's just, like, everyone's been focused. My head's been holding the compass the entire time. By the way, it's just everyone's been looking forward, trying to instruct Olia. He's just been holding it. He kind of pokes Olia.
Poor
Just hands
man.
it. my head just places it on her lap for a riding lap.
You
It
should-
goes back to the
in
back
about-
of the dragon.
So,
He's
if
on
we,
top of the head, remember, so you're climbing up the neck then.
if we travel.
So, yeah, what do you say? What do you
Oh,
say?
we're definitely say. Okay, so we traveled X amount in this amount of seconds. So by my calculations, we should be there within good amount of about a minute. We would be deep within the mountains.
She goes, okay, and then again,
And I am counting
the
for a
wings,
minute.
the wing spreads out, and you're again in this mist of stars and whatnot. A minute passes. You count 58, 59. You stop at the minute, or you're just like, eh.
Yes, definitely.
So,
You know what? We could travel to other planets.
Uh-huh.
Why
The
not?
moon has a lot of good stuff on it.
We
Oh.
should travel to other
We just
planets.
abandon the mission and do something else.
No,
You know, we can always go back here.
you got time, as one would say. Oh, give me a second. God damn it. Whew. Give me a second. I need to collect myself.
1,
Yeah. Shut the
2,
fuck up. Shut
3.
the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. There you go. So. Sorry. Okay. So let me see. Are you gonna just say exactly minutes, or are you gonna go 59, 50, like, because seconds matter in this case.
Yes, on it.
Okay.
9 now.
Stop. Okay. She stops. It fades away, and all of you suddenly become increasingly colder as you're in the midst of a blizzard. Like, as in it is fucking snowing and you can barely see anything. Oh, so much snow! You can hear someone proclaim. And then you all see the thing go into darkness again. Into the stars again. For a few seconds. And then disappears. And now, you all feel pressure in your head as you seem to be in the clouds. Can everybody roll me a Constitution saving throw?
Oh boy.
Here we go.
Oh, that's
Oh,
not.
I'll be fine.
I might not be.
Oh no!
DM, if it's this cold, can I just offset the heat by
it's
just
not. It's not cold. I'll
It's
tell
not
you.
cold.
pressure.
It's pressure.
Oh
It's altitude.
no! Oh no, you fool!
Ah, okay.
Open your mouth and stuff your ears.
Oh, okay.
Don't let your brains come out.
Oh no, I don't like that. Is it con save?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Concept.
Yeah.
See.
Okay. I'm going to.
I'll take that.
You just
let's-
start hearing Grim go.
Yeah.
It was a joke because of my role, but yeah.
So,
Mm,
as you peek down for a second, you see the clouds disperse. As you look down, and you basically see you're incredibly high up, miles upon miles to the actual clouds below you. And when you look at the line, or to your sides, before Neelam, you just kind of pass out with Blesser. You see the curvature of the world.
I'm going to grab at least one of them before they fall off. Being passed out without a seatbelt is a very bad idea.
mhm.
Which one are you gonna grab?
Crud. I don't know who I'm closest to, so.
Yeah.
One is-
I have
one
something
is
for the other
Needham.
one.
One
So
is
okay.
Needham.
Mm.
I
Okay,
grabbed
alright,
Lester.
Ah,
All right, so I'm going to assume I'm closer to Neelam, and so I take my my bag of holding, open it fully wide, and as she like slips off, she just falls into the bag of holding. It's
That's not any
cartoon
better.
style.
There's no oxygen in there.
She's got
Oh.
10 minutes of air in there. She's got 10 minutes of clean air in there.
She's
She
just
can poke her
gonna
head
wake
out when
up
she
in the bag of holding, fucking hyperventilating. But
Yeah,
I
she's
guess.
got 10 minutes of clean air in there.
Thank
I'll
you.
start getting worried after that's over.
Mm.
His head nods, and having perceivably solved the problem.
well, so to put it simply, you have no measurement how high you are. All you know, all the particles around you that have been chucked away by the dragon float. They don't seem to fall. They just kind of glide around you. And Aaliyah just kind of looks at all of you a bit confused. What? You never been this high before?
No. We do not often have such high-flying methods of
Aye.
transportation.
Hi.
Again,
I'm short.
Hi, it's only 82 miles.
frankly, I have barely been above the rooftops on anything other than foot.
She looks kind of sad at you, Kalius. Aww. Feel pity for you. And then
I've been on a flying city.
she kind of
Save
looks.
your pity. I prefer the ground.
She kind of looks down, and well, looking down, you can basically see what you can assume, like Grimcloak, Kalius, Mahet. It's the world. Not all of it, but a large section of it. Like you can see the mountains, the snowy mountains, and if you look north enough, you can see the desert beginning to span. It is very high up. And then you kind of Olia just kind of sighs, looking at everything below. It's so sad. So much destruction has happened. Oh well. He then just proceeds to just jump off the dragon, kind of float away from you. The dragon will take care of you to where you want. I shall stay here for a while. If my brother disagrees with my action, he can always come here and get me back down.
I have a feeling we both know that is not true.
Oh, well, it is what it is. And then she kind of...
Kalis will kind of give Olia that kind of... I know I can't trust you, but also I can't keep you from doing what you're doing, so go with it.
No. She
And
just...
I give you the face of someone throwing her a snack.
You just see Olia.
Exactly.
Yeah, you just see Olia whistle something, and the dragon pays attention, and she starts to speak in a language you had never heard before. And the dragon huffs, and then you see him look downwards and descend, and then and then go back into his shadowy form again, leading you somewhere. And that's where we're gonna end, as you leave despair in despair in the thermosphere, or mesosphere actually.
I am completely fine with leaving despair there.
I don't think that was a good idea, but Grimlock at this point cannot object because it's a bit of a...
You see,
He's
here's
not
I gave her
really
a vanilla
sure
bar,
if
she'll
they
do it.
want...
Grim, I know that we couldn't do anything. We
I know
couldn't
we
do
couldn't.
shit to keep her from going anywhere.
I know.
Well, at least you have a void dragon.
I don't
yeah, we
like
do.
it.
Everyone. Also,
Hmm?
question here. That I'm tempted to play it up as a joke, but I want clarification. Does Mahet remember?
Does my head remember that there's a fine line between him remembering everything and not remembering everything?
Does Squints? Mahet's been to the end of the existence. Does he remember?
Kinda.
Just remembering.
But he
All right.
remembers
He
to
remembers in Mahet memory.
yeah.
More important,
Mahet
does he
quality
remember
as a
that there's a
memory.
10-minute time limit in his bag of holding?
You wake up in there.
Great.
Kalis will
Um,
make sure, like, after 2 minutes have passed, that Mahet checks on her.
Thank you.
So, with that being said, I guess we can call it. You did well, I suppose. Clap, clap. Right?
Alright.
No, it's done.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
We left the gods of despair somewhere we don't know.
No,
I don't think we've done good.
No,
We know
No.
where she is.
no. Despair, as far as I can tell, she's not a goddess. She's just despair. Negative human emotion. Left us, ditched us, basically, to stare at the Earth from the thermosphere. Frankly,
She couldn't.
We
Yeah,
couldn't
this
have
is good
done
news.
crap about it.
You don't know
We
that.
didn't do bad or good. We just did our job.
We'll see.
Hell
This
yeah.
girl left us. Now we're happy. Isn't that great?
Yeah.
To be
This
frank
bear
here,
is
I
no
think my
longer with
positive
us.
vibes intimidated her.
Oh.
Yes, true.
Anyway,
Be surprising if not.
with that being said, anything you want to say before I'm shutting the stream down with no survivors?
Kaboom.
Yes,
No.
Rico. Kaboom.
Come on, say anything you want. Come on, you have a few seconds.
Dick.
I'm gonna go on this day.
Space, space, space.
Space,
Dig,
space,
dig,
space.
dig,
No space.
Space
Oh
dig,
dear.
space dig,
Space,
space
space,
dig,
space, space,
space,
space, space,
space
space,
dig,
space.
It's over.
dig.
Hello, Hog.
It's over. I
Oh,
hope.
Hark, how's Elden Ring?
Bros fighting in the fucking thermostat. What is this?